We're making cheesecake today. We've ground up 3 packages of graham cracker crumbs and added melted coconut oil to it, and then mixed it in really, really well until everything is just moist enough that it'll stick together, just like that. You don't really need to have a recipe for doing this. You just crush up any kind of crumbs you want. Gingersnaps, vanilla wafers, graham crackers, even cookies like Oreos will be good too. And then you drizzle melted butter or coconut oil. Oh, I'm doing coconut oil. That's going to be so good with this pecan pumpkin cheesecake that we're doing. Then you just slowly add that in here. Oh, it's so fun to play with until everything is just moistened. See that? It's kind of like sand. Oh, yum. That's going to be so good. And for the pumpkin cheesecake that we're doing a crust that has pecans in it. So I'm going to take out what I need for my cherry cheesecakes, push it in here, and then I've got 1 cup of very finely crushed pecans that we're going to add to that crust. It's going to be so good. So good. All right, so it should be about 1.5 cups worth of this mixture for each pie. Okay, this is a 3/4 cup measuring cup, so 2 of these should be about right. But once you get them all softened, they shrink, so should be a little less. Because I'm planning on using, I made enough to do 4 crusts, but this one for the pumpkin cheesecake is going to be deep dish. So it's going to be a double batch of crust. Oh, that looks so good. You just want to eat it right now. We got our oven heating up to 350. We'll see how far this here takes us. I'm just going to use the bottom of my measure cup. Just kind of pack it all in there the way you think it's going to be. Oh, gosh, that looks so yummy. Then we're going to start going up the sides here. This is just to level it out. And then we're going to use our hands to tighten it. Okay, so once you get that pretty even, I'm going to need just a little bit more right here. There we go. Okay, once that's pretty even, you're going to go all the way around. You're going to make sure it's nice and tight. If it's not nice and tight, it's not going to hold together very well. Just be very careful not to disrupt the sides as you do it at the bottom. Just like that. You want to just avoid touching that crease right there as you go. Okay, now we're going to come across to the side, and we're also going to avoid touching that crease as we pack the side. And after we get this done, we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. And then we're going to let these cool before we fill them. Now that we got that one all in place, repeat with the next one, because these 2 here are going to be cherry cheesecake. Set this aside. Do this one first. Make sure we have plenty of crust. And then we're going to mix those pecans in. And we're going to make a really, really yummy deep dish pumpkin cheesecake. It's going to be marbled cheesecake. Okay, now for this pecan pie, I usually use Gingersnaps to do this, but they're just so expensive, and we already had to buy the graham cracker, so we are converting graham cracker. Oh, that's so fun to play with. We're converting the graham cracker crust to replace the Gingersnaps, so we will need a little bit of seasoning blend to this also, just to make it really, really yummy. Dump in our pecans. If I can get it open. No. All right. Dump that in there. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so good. Yep, we're just going to wing it on how much we need of anything. Got a little bit of ground ginger here. This stuff is real powerful, so you got to be real careful. About a quarter of a teaspoon, maybe an eighth of a teaspoon. Then cloves, very, very strong. Don't accidentally go too heavy on the cloves. Just a tiny bit. And then we have allspice, which is pumpkin pie spice. Pretty much got those two. It's got cloves, ginger, nutmeg, and cinnamon in your allspice. That's pumpkin pie spice. And this stuff here, probably want a half a teaspoon. This is the equivalent of 2 crusts that we're doing here. Oh man, that smells so good already, I'm telling you. Okay, now we're just going to mix that in with our hands. It's so much easier to just mix it with your hands. Get all these peanuts in there. Oh, there's a big peanut right there. You can't have that in your crust. Better eat that. It didn't get mixed up. Oh my goodness, that was delicious. Oh, there's another one. Snacks for the chef. Oh, that's perfect. It's exactly Gingersnaps. Look at that. We just saved ourselves like $3. Oh, there's a tiny piece. Dang, that's addicting. That's hard to stop eating. That's so good. My mom just got me this pie plate for an early Christmas present. So nice. Oh, we are definitely going to have extra crumble left over. This crust is going to be what sets off all the sweet flavor. Press it all down. Oh, got a little piece of peanut right there. Put some more in here around the edge. Oh, yeah, we want this one to be much thicker than we made the cherry cheesecake pie. This is going to be really deep dish. The pumpkin cheesecake, you want to have a little bit of the crust in each bite. And since we're making this so large, we need to have a little extra crust to go around. Yum, yum, yum. And I want this to go all the way up to the top, so it'll be a little bit easier to try to get it dislodged, because you'll be able to see the crust to get up under that first little lip with your spatula. It's always the hard part, is getting out that first piece of cake, first piece of pie. Okay, let's get these in the oven for 10 minutes. Then we're going to let these cool for probably 20 to 30 minutes before we try to put the filling in here. Oh, all right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some pie. That's just called cheesecake, but it's actually a pie. Okay, we have 2 bricks of very, very room temperature cream cheese. You don't want this to be cold at all, or it'll be slightly clumpy. Okay, mix till smooth. Start on low. And I usually kind of do this to break it up just a little bit right before I turn on that mixer. Okay, mix till smooth. You want to put your finger in? Oh. Okay. Smooth and fluffy. And then turn it up once you get it somewhat smooth. And then once you think you got all the clumps out, mix it again for another probably another minute. 2 minutes would be really overkill. Oh, it smells like frosting. All right, now you can use store-bought whipped cream, but that's a yucky because it's just hydrogenated oil with sugar. There's no cream in store-bought whipped cream. There's absolutely no cream in store-bought Cool Whip or whipped cream. It's just hydrogenated sugared oil. All right, now we need
Milk.
heavy whipping cream. Yep. Okay, so we have, since we're making 2 pies, we have bought a 1 quart of heavy whipping cream. And you want to keep it cold. Keep it cold and then shake it really, really good. Shake it up, May. Shake it really, really good. More and more and more. Now, we're going to pour this in here. And we're going to need 16 ounces. Yeah, I don't know how much 1 quart has in it. Because I don't do quarts. I do ounces. Pop that over there.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, that's right. Pop, pop, pop. Since we're doing 16, we're going to start with 8 at a time because it's going to fluff up.
Yes.
And we want this to mix really good. So we're going to do 8 and 8. Can you put that lid on, babe?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now we're just going to do a couple of spoonfuls of powdered sugar.
I get them at the trick.
1 giant spoonful should do the trick.
Tricky trick.
That's right. And then we need a dash of vanilla. A dash of vanilla. Dash. All right, now we're going to pop this onto our food processor for about 30 seconds. That's all it takes.
30 seconds?
That's right. You could do this in a blender too. Might take 30 seconds to a minute too. Oh, so fast. Yeah, you can taste it. Get your butt over here.
It tastes so good.
Yes. Pretty sure this is done because it's so thick. Look at how so thick and creamy that makes it. It's so fast. Take a taste. It's so good, huh? Fresh whipping cream. And it's healthy. Yup. We're going to add this in there.
I want some more.
Oh, you love it? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, let's scrape all this cream cheese. Get that blade away from me. Off the side of the bowl right there. So good. Already. So good already. Okay, and then we're going to mix in that first 8 ounces. Stick that right in there. Mix until smooth. Okay, 8 more ounces coming right up. Oops, did I overfill that? Let me see here. Oh, just a little bit. That'll be fine.
Can I taste it?
Okay, that took half of my 1 quart. And now we need to put a little bit of powdered sugar in there. 1 heaping spoonful. And then a dash of vanilla again. Hey, what are you doing?
I just want to taste this.
You want to push the button on the mixer again? Yeah. Not that one.
Okay.
The one for the cream.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to the mixer and you can push it.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to add in that second 8 ounces of Cool Whip. Oh, this is not Cool Whip. This is whipping cream.
Come on.
No, babe.
I want some more.
Nope.
I want some more.
Nope.
I want some more.
It was so good.
I want some more.
You're going to have to wait until the pies are ready.
I hate pies.
What do you mean? You got to have cream with pies. It's so good.
I don't want to cream at the pies.
Okay, now mix this in just until smooth. Oh, I like to get it nice and smooth. Be so beautiful. I don't know, everybody likes to fold theirs in, but I've never had an issue mixing mine in with the mixer. But it's because I don't like to use the store-bought stuff. Homemade cream actually stays whipped when you whip it more. There we go. Oh, beautiful. We're going to give this one last bowl scrape. Make sure we got everything incorporated really well. Don't you touch it yet. We still got to make another pie in a minute, babe. Okay, now we're going to put half of this mixture into this pie shell and half into this cooled pie shell. Yum, yum, yum. No, I love cheesecake so freaking much. Let's see, is that about half? You punk. Okay, now we're going to carefully, because we don't want to disturb that crust underneath. Look at how thick that is. I don't know what people are talking about, being careful not to deflate your cream. Oh, I got some graham cracker crumb in the white part. You just want to like slowly spread it all the way out to the edge. And don't you do it! I see what you're doing, Mayday. Go. Okay, now we're going to kind of make a little bit of a convex bowl in the center, but not too much. Just so that our cherries run downward instead of outward. Oh, see, when you accidentally touch the crust, then you get cracker crumbs into your filling, and it doesn't look so pretty. It's going to taste even better, but it doesn't look as pretty. Make sure that's all nice and smooth. Go around one more time here. Okay, now we're going to smooth that out. But we're going to make sure it's got just a little bit more of a lip and a little bit less in the center to hold all those beautiful cherries. Look at that. So pretty, right? Yum. Just makes you want to dip your finger in there, huh, Mayday? Is that what you're doing, is dipping your finger in there? We got to spread it all around. Hey, don't you do it.
Like a cheek?
No.
Like a head?
No.
Like a silly head?
Nope. Right, now we have 2 cans of cherry pie filling. And these ones here that I found at the Dollar Tree are the only cherries I've found for pie filling that doesn't have red dye. It's a good deal, $1.25, and it's real food. You just want to give that a little bit of a stir before you spread that on. That way you don't end up with one piece that has only juice. Then you just want to kind of spread it out. Yup, just like that. But you don't really want it to start going up over. You don't want it to go up over your crust. Because then it'll run down your crust and make your crust look all yucky. Just make sure those cherries are spread all out. Oh, yummy. All right, now you're going to take a regular dinner plate that's kind of dips down like that. And we're going to place that upside down on top for a lid. And then when we put this one in there on top, we'll put another one on top for the lid. And that way our pies aren't getting smushed. Nope. See? That convex like keeps those cherries up off the top. Okay, and then we'll get this in the fridge ASAP. All right, we'll be back when we make our marbled pumpkin cheesecake. Okay, be back soon. Okay, now let's get making that pumpkin cheesecake. We have 2 8-ounce packages of softened cream cheese. We just left these at room temperature for about 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, I like to break it up with my mixer blades just a little bit before I start mixing this. And we're just going to fluff this real quick with the mixer before we add some more stuff. Start on low. Just want it to be nice and smooth. Okay, so after you get that nice and smooth, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And I like it just a little bit sweet, so I'm doing a little bit of a heaping. Just a little bit extra sugar. Yep. And then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Give or take. Okay, mix this together until it's really good and smooth. Okay, now we're going to add 3 eggs, but we're going to add these one at a time. And mix that in. This one came from my chickens this morning. Don't get very many eggs at this time of the year. So pretty. Oops. And then you just want to mix that last one in there until everything's good and fluffy for about 30 seconds. Scrape down the edge of the bowl here. Make sure everything's in there. Okay, now you're going to get a small bowl. Set that aside. And we're just going to put about 1 cup of this batter into this smaller bowl and set it aside. There we go. This is for our marble. You're going to want to start the oven before you do this. 350 degrees, which we should have done before we even started this, because we don't want our mixture to sit in our pie crust while we're waiting for that oven to get preheated, or our crust might get a little soggy. All right, let's get busy with it. Okay, this is a giant can of pumpkin. We're only going to need 1 cup of this. Oh. 1/2 cup. 3/4 of a cup, 1 cup, and just a little extra, just because. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of allspice. 1 teaspoon. There we go. Okay, now mix this together. Go slow because it's starting to get really watery. Now, we're going to turn this off, and we're going to finish scraping the edges of this down with our spatula here to make sure everything is mixed in really well so we don't have any weird coloration in our base. We have this cooled pie cone ginger snap pie crust. Pour this into the center there. There we go. We're going to push it to its limits. Now we're going to take a spoon and we're just going to do a couple of dollops here and here and here and here. Just make it here. And here, oops, a little bit more. There. And we'll put this last little bit right over here. For the beautiful part, take a butter knife like this. And we're just going to scoop down and through. Down and through. This way here it gets in there so that when you cut it, you really get that marbling effect. Down and through. Because you want, when you cut it open, you don't want the marbling to just be on the top part. You want it to really show through. Okay, now take your spoon or take your knife all the way through. Make it look all real pretty like that. Couple more like that because I didn't get enough over here. Oh my, that's beautiful. Now we're going to carefully bake this or place this into the center of your oven, and we're going to bake this for 55 minutes. It's a long bake. When this is done baking for 55 minutes, we're just going to let this cool at room temperature for about an hour, and then we're going to chill it for at least 4 hours. But we're going to be chilling it for 2 days. So we have this on Thanksgiving. Isn't that beautiful? All right, we'll be back when that's done cooking. 55 minutes later. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm just going to do a quick video. Okay, and after that 55-minute timer is up, oh my gosh, carefully pull it out of the oven. You don't want to tap it or bounce. It might actually be better to leave it in the oven. See these tiny little cracks? That's how you know it's done. Do not poke it or the whole thing will deflate. And don't let anybody stomp or slam doors in the house while this is cooling down. We're just going to leave this to cool for at least an hour before we put it into the refrigerator. Don't bump it. Okay. See you guys next time. Bye.